you look at this new lab, we all here did quite well in the previous CodePen assignment to build the Trello list. You guys still have that one. If you would like to start from your own lab, you can. If you like to just save time and you want to use the one that I showed in class the other day, you can. Okay, so I provide those two options. And second, the goal here is to provide a similar experience, that we get to see here. And it's okay if some of us feel like I just do some similar but close to it. Some other will be like, I want to make it exactly like that. I challenge myself to make it prettier than that. So let's see how, and you guys should ask questions related to this. How does it work with that? Clicking inside the box, clicking outside the box. For those who are not used to that, you can still try to do some steps in here. First, just create a simple button, and then we'll go and give feedback on how to get from very simple button to this. Okay. So this lab should be accessible, and then even at different level. Here's a preview of homework 3. So here by now we can build something that can drag from one to another, like that, and it will save the list. Right? You refresh the browser, it's still there. Or like you can create a new list like this, right? Another list, and then you stop, and then you can add more items. So that's the goal. The lab get you closer and closer to that, and I can also give the sample code for the homework 3. That basically now it has one list, and if you're familiar with CodePen today, then you can start adding it. So I hope to provide better starting materials, so you don't feel like, oh, I have to catch up with yesterday so I can be more ready today. Do you need any help with that? Like, hey, so today I feel I'm not ready, and I'm saying, no, let's see, we can help make you ready. You just have these things. It should be enough for you to continue with the lab. Okay, so let's talk about pair programming. In pair programming, we're going to use this terminology. One is a supervisor, one is a driver. Has anyone heard of that before? So just a role. So Loy is going to be the supervisor. It means he's not going to code, and I'm going to code. And I'm the driver. I'm driving the thing, right? The machine. So, and I'm going to go to this CodePen. Okay, let's just mock out the experience a bit. And I'm the only one typing, but Loy is looking at the screen with me. So we can switch every 20 minutes. So time it, switch every 20 minutes. We're just typing the same screen. So Loy, you're my supervisor. What am I doing next?
Okay, I think we need to figure out how to. What are the instructions?
Don't say Ars Harley. What are we doing next? Yeah, the instruction is to create the second list. Okay. So there you go. Right? This is what we're building today. There's that gray blue box, and then you click on it, and it will just happen. Don't worry about the black magic that is clicking on it. You need to first build that look like add a list, right? Right, Lloyd? Is that right?
Correct. So
okay.
Do I create another form?
Okay, create another form. Do you want me to add the thing here?
Yeah. So let's go ahead and create another column on the HTML.
Oh, it's a column. So this list box is something that contains this whole thing. Okay. So I should add something after list box.
Correct.
So maybe I call it another list box. Like that?
Yeah.
Okay, so you see, if I create another list box though, where is it? I'm gonna just maybe put something as test, yeah? Where's my test?
Okay, so now we need to go ahead and we need to add Bootstrap to create 3 columns of
No, we're not using Bootstrap.
Okay.
We're just learning CSS ourselves.
Okay. Okay, so in that case we need to.
What's going on here?
Can we use Flexbox?
No problem. So with now this one is, that's pairing, so we keep talking about how we make it like obvious. So I'm typing here, then Lloyd will just continue to assist me, right? And then tell me, like, he can help catch mistakes. But we're just trying to explain to each other. So Lloyd, I think you're telling me to put this word test over here, right?
Correct.
And I think I failed to do that. Let me just try to put, like, background color red. And I'm seeing what's going on. Oh, it's another gray box that's under this. So it's not like my text test. You see, without this, I thought that I somehow put the word test inside a gray box. It's not true. It's just another gray box. Okay? So Lloyd, I think in this case, I think this list box should just float to the left. Don't you think? It should have a width.
Correct.
All right, does it have a width? Oh, width 300. So what if I make this both list box float to left? Oh, that's not bad. Right?
Good job.
Okay, so what should I do next?
We also give it some margin.
Margin. Okay, so if you float left, then maybe I just say margin right. Would that be okay? 10 pixel? Oh, it's not bad.
Okay.
All right, so what should I do next?
Okay, so I guess we should go ahead and add an input element right now.
Oh, so this guy, an input element?
Yeah, well, okay, so we need to add a form that has an input element, but the form needs to accept the name of the list.
Cool. So that's a demo of thank you, of pair programming. Now here's a little note. You can go to Trello, click on it, and inspect. Okay. So this part, I'm going to do it to give you guys an example, and I'm going to show you how wonderful CodePen is as well. Okay. So in Trello, where's my Trello app here? Everyone try to look at this add a listing, okay? You click on, to open the Chrome DevTools, and then select an element on the page. So you select this add a list. If you select on it, what do you notice? What element is that? It's a span. So even, my supervisor was saying add an input, right? That's one way too. It's up to you, but in this case, I could do a span, and this is the whole span. When I click on it, however, right, the span kind of disappear. You say the span display none. It's actually disappear, and then something else come up, which is this input and this button. So you can inspect that and try to do things. What you have not learned is how to do how to do the on-click event. I can add I can explain that real quick here, but I want to see this how you do the first step first. Yeah, I'll explain on-click at each person's pair programming. I'll show to each pair. So that's our goal for this milestone. Before you start the milestone, let me just tell you the only thing you need to know about jQuery is the $sign. Who here has used jQuery before besides the TAs? Alright, so if you open a page and there's jQuery on it, I wonder if Trello has, it might be, huh? Yeah, so this is like jQuery. Remember your document find by, get element by ID, get elements by class name, get elements by tag name. Those are all different uses, but jQuery provides us one syntax for everything. So this is how you get it by, what is it? ID. What is this one? Class name. What is it? It's a tag name. And if you put the whole element in it, this is the whole element, then it creates the whole element for you. Okay? And then you can append to the body tag, for example. You can append to document body, something like that. But so as you do this, that's just something to notice when you get to milestone B, but after the break, so it's not a problem there. Anything else we need to know? All right, so let's learn how to do this tag thing. This, I hope this is jQuery. Oh, they have jQuery. Awesome. So the magic here is that the word jQuery is the same as the dollar. They're the same thing, but you don't have to type jQuery, you know, body. This is my whole document body, but I can do this body. So we're okay with the dollar function. The dollar function takes a selector. Inside here is a selector. So let me pick one, any of these. What item do you want me to get? What is it? This one. All right. You see span, board, header, button text, right? So you click on this, it goes here. One way for you to copy this class, so you can select it. There's a faster way, by the way, which is this. But this will get the item that was selected over here. But let's do the long way. I copy that class in. What's missing?
Class.
It's a dot, right? Now you can get this, and then you will see a few more of this kind of button, and then you can also put the word span there. Oh, I have 6 of these guys. Where are they? Oh, you can actually click on them. So see here, there's a few more. So it's not specific enough. However, you may see, okay, this is my first one. So you can get the first element like this. You can get the first one. So that's the first element. So this will be your test header, right? You can assign it to that. Now this is a regular element. It's no longer jQueryized. So regular element, you can do the, yesterday we do .style. .style.color is red. We'll change the color. That's a regular HTML element. If you want it to have more capability, then you convert it back with a $sign. So what's the benefit when you put it into jQuery? Luis, do we know any cool jQuery function you can try? Fade in, fade out. So fade out. You see that fade out. Fade in. Alright. You can say sliding toggle, and then slide again. So every time you run it, it just slide. So there are a few more jQuery things you can just look. A few things that are harder, like shaking, it requires the jQuery UI gem, I think, effects, the under effects. But some of the simple effects, this is good enough. There's one thing we need to do, which is clicking. Okay? So if you say click, and then you pass in a function, my function. So when you click on that button, the my function thing will come up. You guys see this one? So if right now my function is not anything yet, so I write something called my function is a function that will just alert, hey, right? Now I define that function already. Now I say click my function, and now when you click on this, we say hey. That is awesome. You can just look. This is Trello, right? I'm just playing with things here. So that's the secret. When you click on this button, you run your my function, and your my function will hide the element here, and then it display the form. How do you do that? You just use a class. You can use here's the test header, and then CSS test header. Remember that guy again, right? We want jQuery, so put jQuery around it. Okay. Now you can also add a class. Let's say you can add something, a class hidden. When you add a class hidden, do you see that it has more than one class? Dot blah 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 dot hidden, and you can define CSS for the class hidden to be display none, and everything with the class hidden will disappear. So try that, right? Of course, you can say attribute style display none if you really like. jQuery lets you define any CSS to that element more easily, as everything's right. I think there's a .css too.
So that would hide this one, but how would the other one appear?
So in your my function, you call hide, and then you also show the other one.
Sure.
Mm. Yes, come again. Yeah, it's event. It's changing the HTML elements. So let me click on yesterday. Oh, wow, seriously, Quip is really problematic. Let me just show what JavaScript is supposed to do, okay? So JavaScript can find HTML elements for you, can help you change them, delete them, right? And you can add events to them. Animation is also similar to events.
Can we add submit to
Yes. For example, if someone click a button, you can say it submit this form, or it can submit another form. It can submit in the background. For your homework, you can click submit in the background. This app, this is you click submit. Look, if I drag this over here, notice I have two lists, saving and saving. It will submit this list and will submit this list in the background for me. That's. Any other questions before your CodePen exercise? I need to show you this CodePen thing. Are you ready? There is a console here. Unfortunately, it's not as powerful. So first, you're like, is that jQuery or not? Okay. Initially, there's no. You click here, and then you click JavaScript here, and then you choose jQuery from the list of quick add. So you choose jQuery down here. Okay. You can choose jQuery UI as well. Then you're gonna add a few fancy, cool effects like shaking. And that's one. If you want Bootstrap, like Loy said, I really think we should not need that yet. But you see, you can go in here and add some extra library like Bootstrap, etc. Foundation is quite pretty. You can try that. But no need. With learning how to just write some simple CSS, right? Pay attention. It just make things look that way. Choose the right color, set the radius. Right, next, change view. This is the cool one. For if you just want to open the console similar to your local host, go to debug view. And everything that you've worked on is all here. And then you can load the console and then you can test up over here. That's a debug view. Right? If you show people, you can use this full page version. Click it, and then people still have these options. You can send it to show off your work. So after you finish, you can go to this full view, and then it will look like the version that I have here. Okay? So go ahead in your pair. If you like, go and steal this color and put it in here. Right now the white color is boring. If you like, change anything else, but you can work on your own, or you can choose to use the one I have here. And it's really simple right now. It's just a list box CSS for this class and a few list items that I covered in the previous lecture. So I'll just pair it like this. You two and you two. Okay? And as you work on it, talk about how you solve problems. So it's not so much about me, oh, this is how you add all these links. But it's now, let's figure it out together.
And when you guys is the driver, what do you use as the driver?
is that in visual code? When I open the file,
Yeah. there's no need for that yet. So CodePen is really cool. All right, so get your coffee ready, work with your teammate. I want to see what